With the summer months approaching, more and more people are going to be looking for a classic car to enjoy the warmer climes. So we're down at Hobbs Parker to see what it's got to offer in its next sale, which takes place on March the 30th. It's a timed online sale, finishing the day after. And there's many highlights, including...
Look at this, Jeff. It's absolutely glorious. VW Beetle Marathon or World Champion Edition.
50 years old this year. They made these in 1972 to commemorate when sales of the VW Beetle overtook the Model T. For each market, they only had one colour. So for the UK, it was a metallic blue.
These wheels are original.
Lemurs wheels.
Yep.
Yep, really nice. Shows crazy low mileage, like 6,000. Now, we're not sure if that's genuine, but there is a lot of paperwork. And the condition of it generally...
Well, that's what I was going to say. Whatever the mileage is, the condition is exceptional. It really is very straight. And we know these things can rust, but this looks remarkably clean. The interior is spotless. What a brilliant thing to take out on the show scene.
I especially love those wheels, actually. Marathon wheels, I think they're known as.
The later ones were called Snickers wheels, but I think what's...
You had to.
British classic over here.
Yeah, from...
Similar sort of era.
Yeah, so this is a Triumph TR6 PI, so the full fat one, 150 horsepower, right-hand drive, just lovely.
It's been restored about 10 years ago, this one, I believe, so the condition's pretty much spot on, and it's had upgraded polybrush suspension.
Stainless exhaust.
A nice example, I think.
A reasonably early car as well, being a 71, so nice and collectible that.
That's superb. What about this as a British classic?
Yeah. There's several Land Rovers in the sale actually, a couple of projects, a Series 1, but this 1984 110, it's done only 19,000 miles.
Really?
The load area really does show that. It's remarkably clean.
Oh yeah, look at that, that's amazing.
So that is quite something, I think. And as an opportunity to find such a low mileage example, they've got to be running out, if extinct, you know, at that level.
This Land Rover's stuck between two Fords. Can we go to the modern one up the front here?
Yes.
I really want to go to this Sierra Estate. Now we've obviously got a Montego of a similar vintage, a bit older, but they would have been competitors back in the day. And I just think these are super rare. They'd have been used and abused back in the day, so they haven't survived. I love it. It says 1.8L on the boot lid, but these are LX wheel trims and the Go Faster red pinstripes, but it's immaculate.
Quite low mileage, I believe, as well.
Yes.
56,000.
Who doesn't like a classic load lugger? But there's an even older Ford back here, so we're going to venture back inside.
This is something completely different, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. A real break from what we've just seen. Well, it's the Super Deluxe, isn't it? Which means it comes with lettuce and gherkins, obviously. But this is resplendent. This is obviously the saloon model, but the drop-top versions have been movie stars because they've appeared in Karate Kid, Back to the Future, and I believe Grease, the musical.
It's absolutely lovely, isn't it?
That leather looks like that's been retrimmed to me, and I just think that looks
The whole
beautiful.
car's been restored. Unfortunately, this one's being sold as a project because the engine is seized. But really, if you're mechanically minded, well, rebuild the engine, and you've got yourself a cracking car, haven't you?
I mean, again, I'm not big on the Americana stuff, but I really get this. I think this is, you'd make a statement on the chauffeur with this.
Oh, you certainly would.
For sure. I think this is really good. Shooting to the 80s now, right?
Yeah.
The Alfa Romeo 164.
Now, this one's done 171,000 miles, but it had the engine rebuilt at 105,000 miles by a marked specialist. And when it was being driven in, it did sound lovely, didn't it?
It was so smooth, wasn't it? It was glorious. And again, they're so rare, these 164s. They just haven't survived. This is a pre-facelift one as well, which makes it, for me, absolutely the one to have. I think these are stunning. I think the shape is gorgeous. Another 80s hero for me is right over here, a W124 Coupe.
So this is a 300 CE, another car with quite high mileage, but the condition of this absolutely belies that. It's just incredible. It's been with the same owner since 1993, always garaged, meticulously serviced, and apart from a little bit of sagging on that driver's seat, it looks like a car with a tenth of its mileage.
And this being a 1989, therefore slightly earlier version of the 124 Coupe, the more robust wiring, I believe, so this is definitely one to have. And the mileage, we shouldn't be worried about that.
It doesn't matter, it's got years of life left
They
in it.
wear these very well, don't they? So yeah, might be tempted for a cheeky bid on that one myself. Got a bit more of a modern, German modern classic here, this Audi A4 convertible.
Yeah.
A modern classic, 4-seater drop top. I think this, you could do a lot worse than this, you know.
I think, well, the best thing about the A4 is just ageless, isn't it?
Daimler Series 3.
Nice low mileage example again.
I love the dark interior. I think it really suits this car.
I love a vinyl roof, whatever it's on, so...
Yeah, it's got a vinyl roof, we're sold. That's it, absolutely. I think the paint works what you call honest, but nothing you couldn't deal with. And for many people, the Series 3 is the best looking of those original Series XJs. Yeah, I think they're great.
But I've got some more things to show you outside, so come and check these out.
Let's head outside, yeah. It's a bit of you, Jeff.
Yeah, Hawkeye.
Subaru Impreza. Very nice, I like those wheels, they set off rather nicely.
Gold wheels, yeah.
But I'm more inclined to be drawn to this E30 here. They're quite hard to find in rust-free condition, so this left-hand drive one might be the way to go.
Yeah, I think it started its life in Belgium, this one, and it does look clean, doesn't it? A manual as well, so that's quite the rarity. Yeah. A VX 2300, or a Victor basically, an FE Victor, but they'd renamed it by this point.
Gosh, look at the grille on it.
Yeah, I think someone's manufactured some quarter bumpers. 2.3 litre automatic.
So a bit of a cruiser then.
Comfy cruiser, yeah.
I like this Hillman Minx. We did a road test on a Hillman Minx just quite recently. And I think there's a lot of love for these early roots cars.
Nice usable classic again.
Yep, exactly. Needs a bit of a tidy up, but actually, all again, very doable, I think. This is hidden amongst all the giants.
It is, isn't it? Now, obviously it needs some work, it's a little bit scruffy, but this is a Mini Cooper RSP. So when they relaunched the Mini Cooper in 1990, 1,650 cars made, 1,000 for the UK market, 650 for Japan. Incredibly collectible, very rare, and that's what you've got.
And I think the guide price on this suggests that this could be quite an affordable way into classic Mini motoring, which, as we all know, is getting increasingly hard to do. But there's another compound round there. We should go and check out some of the lights in there, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, let's go.
So what we have here is a very late minivan on an A-Reg. So one of the final cars, because they stopped making them in 83, 84. Right. Clearly it needs work, but you know.
Well, someone said there was a wine from the back axle, but it turns out it's just some grapes. So
get a free snack.
It was close. It was all right. But there's more projects through here.
Yep. This very early Land Rover Series 1.
Yeah, I'm not brave enough to take something like this on, but if anyone does take it on, what a vehicle they're going to be getting, right?
Absolutely. Suffolk Reg as well.
Brilliant.
I know that because I'm from Suffolk.
This is more a bit of me though.
Yeah. So a Cortina 2000 XL Estate. Don't think this one's got an engine because the...
it was meant to have a 2 litre, but I mean, what a project to take on. I mean, we've said before the Mark III is our favourite generation of Cortina. We've got the saloon model. Maybe we should be taking this on as a sister car, I don't know, but...
Again, like the minivan, a late car, an R-Reg, so one of the very final cars.
Yep. Another project here, another Merc.
This is probably one not for the faint-hearted, this one. It's a lot of work, but again, these are wonderful cars, aren't they?
Well, what you'd be left with is something really collectible, wouldn't you? So it'd be well worth it. And there's another Land Rover there.
Later Land Rover there.
Look at this, P6, Rover P6, and a V8 one as well.
So it's one of 2 in the sale currently. There's a green one as well, love that. They're criminally undervalued, aren't they?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And you know, the V8s have started to go up in value, so if you really want the bigger engine car, this is the time to get one, I would say. It's glorious, it's lovely condition, this one.
Should we end on a Mini then?
Well, maybe. What you got here?
So this is another British Racing Green Cooper, a bit like the RSP we saw earlier, but this is a later injection car. And despite being a project, it looks quite straight, so yeah.
Look, I know you want to end on a Mini, but there is one other car I want to show you inside.
Okay.
But I think you'll approve, so let's go and have a look.
Okay.
So Jeff, I hope you approve of our final choice. A Rover 100, but a fairly late example. Kind of end of the line, really, end of the metro line.
I was reading up about this one. It is nice. 16,000 miles, Kensington SE, Amaranth.
This is a credible classic. You know, we sort of forget these things are 25 years old now and older, and this is a lovely example, so it wouldn't let you down.
No, it wouldn't need a lot of work with it, and it's pretty much a shining example. Yeah. And just one of the many shining examples and projects in the sale. Cars are still arriving, the catalogue is still building. Check out the Hobbs Parker website for everything that's coming in. And happy bidding.